All right, hey guys, what's going on? It is Sickbid, aka Meek here. Um, we're doing our first team builder, and we can probably include the match because it's not super quick, but we can run through it pretty quick. I think in one video. Let's talk about the team here. So we have Rillaboom G Max Assault Vest. So it's running acrobatics for the speed boost if we need it, a drain punch, grassy glide, and knockoff. Okay, we're running the assault vest with max HP so that we can live Frostlass's ice beam or anything specially, except for probably maybe like a Mega Charizard Y overheat or something like that. We only have 44 attack EVs because that's all we need this week. With drain punch we can get +1 and really do start doing some damage, and then this speed with a acrobatics out allows me to outspeed everything on his team. I just put the rest in HP so that I can have a 806 Rillaboom with an assault vest, which is really good. We got the standard Grassy Seed Lucha set with Unburdened, no speed here, Adamant Nature, full HP so that I can set up a Swords Dance in front of any physical mon. We got Acrobatics, Close Combat, and Poison Jab. We got Landorus Therian with Ayachi Berry, Intimidate. It's a Rock Polish set this week with Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Knockoff. Adamant Nature, full HP. We didn't need any speed this week. That's pretty much it. Pretty cut and dry kind of thing. But I knew that Rock Polish would go in if we get Knockoff, Earthquake, and Stone Edge with that huge attack stat. Would really do some work. We have an Assault Vest, Flame Charge. Flame Charge allows me to get like that pseudo Choice Scarf, Steam Eruption, Fire Blast, and Earth Powder. We need the we need the damage this week, so we're going modest. 20 speed EVs allows me to outspeed the Charizard or the Lilligant with a 1 Flame Charge at max speed. So that's why we have the 20 speed EVs, and the rest in bulk. So we can just kind of tank a hit and then go back out. And this is also a switch in for the Zard Y. And we're gonna just play around, kind of safe to see what he's got because we got some bulkier mons this week to take care of things. This is our Defogger here, and he's also there to kind of handle some of the physical attackers on the team. We'll look at his team in here in a second. But with Strange Steam, 20% chance to confuse. Fire Blast will need the damage, and then Dark Pulse with Leftovers and Levitate. And kind of a weird EV spread, but this is kind of so that he can't speed creep my Galarian Weezing with some of his slower mons. And then mostly max HP, and then mostly a high defense with some Spadef to kind of throw off some calcs, stuff like that. I'm going to Choppleberry Kieran this week with DD. We're actually physical this week with Adamant and 176 speed EVs, which allows me at +1 to outspeed everything on his team, and then 80 HP to kind of help with this Choppleberry. So let's look at his team. He's got Lilligant, Charizard Y, Swampert, or the Pert, Dragalg, Frostless, Honchkrow, Mesprit, Aggron, Florges, Raikou, and Mienshao. So an interesting team here. You can see the speed tiers. He's got some high speed tiers here, but Hawlucha, there's nothing on his team that's going to get to +2 and really just do work. He's got some priority with Honchkrow, so we kind of got to be wary of that. But there's nothing really that's like stands out to me that says, hey, like we got to watch out for this. Maybe the Zard Y, maybe the Raikou, but there's not really much. The threats are not. I mean, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 threats, and then some really good support mons here. So I'm just not sure. I mean, it's probably a good synergy-wise. It's a pretty good team. It's pretty balanced. It doesn't have a normal type or a bug type, which are really not necessary. But it's got a couple of 4 times weaknesses, being fighting, ground, rock, and grass. Now, a couple of those mons are the same. But we'll just get right into it. We'll just get right into it. So he brings Zard Y, which is scary, and that's the scariest one on his team, right? Him and Raikou. So he's got 1, 2, 3 rock setters, okay, and then he's got Frostlass that can set spikes. So thinking about what he was going to lead and kind of what matches up well against this team. And I don't know what he's going to do about Volcanion other than having Raikou come in. And Raiku's not going to appreciate a Steam Eruption. So what I thought to myself, we're probably not going to lead our rocks. Oh, we didn't even bring rocks this week. What is going on? Wait, Kyurem's on top of the Weezing. Oh boy, I don't know what's going on here. But we ended up leading Kyurem, I think, on his Frostlass lead because it matches up well with Lando T and then Rillaboom if he wanted to. We ended up Flame Charging just to kind of see what he's going to do. And it also hits the Frostlass. We missed our first Steam Eruption, which sucks. He starts cursing up. He starts cursing up in front of our face, in front of a Volcanion, which if we didn't hit that, or if we didn't miss that, he's probably taking 60. So we ended up bringing our Weezing out here after a couple of doubles, and we're doubling in because we want to get Volcanion in. And then we finally click a move with Volcanion because he doesn't switch in well to that. And then we're able to just keep clicking it because we did so much damage initially that we can just keep clicking it. So we will. So we're gonna see what kind of set this Mesprit is. He's a light screen set, so we're just gonna Flame Charge here, and then try to get our speed, and then try to take this down and kind of waste some light screen turns. He ends up healing wish to his Swampert, which I'm not sure about that one, but this is his curse set, I guess. So he kind of wants to set up with this and try to break it down. Which I don't know what he does to Rillaboom if we try to go into it, in which we do. And if he yawns, it's not the end of the world. But he ends up cursing back up, and I calced with 44 attack EVs, a +2 Swampert. But Rillaboom is so damn strong in the grassy terrain. It's not switching in. There's nothing. So we end up G-Max drum soloing, blowing that thing straight out, and then the Zard Y comes in, and so we kind of need to get a little bit of chip, and we kind of need to waste these sun turns with the light screen, so we can't immediately switch out. So he heat waves, he misses, which really sucks because he probably could have 2-hit KO'd us. I don't know for sure. I don't know his spread, but I'm pretty sure he could have 2-hit KO'd us. So we end up just going for a Max Knuckle to kind of boost our attack here. And we're trying to waste out this sun, okay, because it's only got 4 more turns. We go back to regular. He's got 3 turns left on the sun. We have to switch because we don't want to take no Heat Wave. So Heat Wave does about 14% to Volcanion. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a really good spot right here. I want to see how much this Steam Eruption does in the sun, because it's going to be lowered about a half or 3/4. So I just want to see what kind of damage we're looking at with the light screen on. So I end up clicking Steam Eruption here. Oh, the light screen's... Oh, no, light screen's up. Light screen's up. So we end up Steam Eruptioning here. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's got to switch, right? He has to switch here. But he roosts. We Flame Charge. And then I get that +1 speed. The sun is going to be gone. There's nothing that is switching into this. He has to sack his Zard so that he can get something else in. That being his Raikou. Oh, God. I did not see that one coming. Okay, so... interesting. Okay, so I switch out because I'm thinking, no way he stays in here. But he ends up Shadow Balling me. We get a Spadef drop. I'm not thinking this. He's thinking there's no way that this guy is going to live an Ice Beam, right? I live on 8%. I smack him back with knockoff, and I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, that was a Spadef drop and an Ice Beam, and I still lived it. So that means if there was no Spadef drop, and I didn't have Assault Vest, oh no. Okay, cool. So that means if I didn't get a Spadef drop here, and I didn't have Assault Vest, I still would have lived an Ice Beam with no Assault Vest, which is crazy to me. Crazy. We end up knocking him back off, killing that Mon. We're kind of looking what's going to come out. It's got to be the Raikou, though. Got to be the Raikou. So the Raikou finally comes out. We know we have to switch. We switch in here. He ends up going for a Calm Mind here. So I'm thinking, okay, what's his set here? Now, he's not shiny, so I didn't know if he'd have Aura Sphere, but apparently you didn't need to be shiny to have it anymore. And I didn't know that. We end up going for a Dragon Dance. We're eating the Chople Berry, right? Which comes in, we Dragon Dance, we Outrage. And now the Aggron comes in. We're stuck with Outrage though. We had to click Outrage there because there was no other attack that did more damage, or they guaranteed the kill. So I had to guarantee the kill. So I did, and then I'm stuck into it. Finally, I'm probably gonna be able to switch out here after I get confused, and we're just gonna switch out into I believe Lando to finally kind of make his appearance, intimidate this mon, and finally clean up the game with an Earthquake. So not a perfect game from me. We did get pretty low with our Kyurem, our Rillaboom, and Volcanion, but everybody else stayed pretty healthy, and we were able to 6-0. Shout out to Kohaku. That he had a couple of misses. He had a Heat Wave miss, which I think would have 2-hit KO'd or 3-hit KO'd at the very least. The Rillaboom, and definitely would have put it in range for the Frostlass. I don't think he would have won, but definitely the differential could have been saved a little bit. So the Assault Vest really came in clutch here. Let's see here. The Assault Vest on Volcanion really came in clutch, and then the Chople Berry Dragon Dance physical set instead of a special set really came in clutch against the Raikou, because I would not have beat him otherwise, I don't think. You know, this is kind of like for me and Shao, so I could Dragon Dance, get faster, and then beat him. But it ended up working out. Kohaku. And so that was my week 1 right there for the XDL Academy. Shout out to Draco Anubis again. But this is Sick Mid, aka Meek, signing out.